Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, we've got Captain Insano playing the Tier 9 Russian premium destroyer Neustrashimy. This is a ship that I love playing. It's got so many great tools. It, in a lot of ways, is kind of a Tier 9 Grossovoy, if you like that ship. If you like the Russian gunboat style of play in general, I think you'd really like Neustrashimy. It's just such a well-rounded destroyer, and it has a heal that can keep you in the game. I haven't watched this, so this is my first time seeing it, just like you, and I love the comment there. Obviously, this is a ranked match, and I don't know a whole lot about this game other than the comment that Cap sent along with the replay file. He obviously loves this ship, and he loves this ship particularly in ranked, in large part because it does have so many tools. You can see along the bottom there. It's got smoke, it's got defensive AA, which, you know, let's be honest, doesn't really do much, no matter what ship you're playing these days. It does have the heal, and the heal is really nice. It's a very good heal, and then it's got speed boost, which you can see he's got active now, which is putting him up almost at 41 knots. So you won't be able to outrun Kleber, but 41 knots, that's you're moving along at a pretty good clip there. Taking a look at the mini-map, looks like Bayard and Terp are going to be coming along this way. Fletcher and Neptune are setting up to contest at Charlie. Somebody got to Charlie early, because they've already got, the bad guys have already got a little over 1/4 of Charlie flipped at this point. Yeah, maybe Fletcher intends to smoke for Neptune. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing there, but it looks like our hero, Cap, is going to end up in Alpha here, and he'll probably secure that just by virtue of its position. That is an interesting question. He asked, in case you didn't see that, he asked in chat what made somebody choose to bring Bayard and Neptune into ranked. Now, maybe they're really great with these ships. That is a possibility. But I think it's a fair question, given that Neptune is, well, it's made of glass. I mean, it's just a huge floating citadel. It doesn't maneuver very well. Really easy to div strike. Then North Carolina could just absolutely crush it, even in just one volley, potentially, but certainly in a couple. Okay, so Alpha is now in control of the good guys. Neptune is just pushing right into the enemy Fletcher, enemy Lennon, enemy Mogami. Neptune's not long for this world. He's about to get sunk. I don't see any way out of this for him. Maybe, if the good guys are lucky, he gets his torpedoes off before he dies. Of course, he has to show flat broadside pretty much in order for that to happen, and he's at point-blank range now to the bad guys. So even if he smoked up, which looks like he did, somebody's going to blind fire and sink him, so he's gone. Which takes us back to, okay, you can see the Bayard player responded. Fun and excitement is why he brought it. But the Neptune player never did respond. Of course, he had his hands full, but if you were unaware, Neptune may not be the best choice for ranked. Now, it is entirely possible that Neptune is the only Tier 9 ship that the player had. And if that's the case, of course, you bring what you have. Or maybe they're on a mission to grind to the Minotaur, and they're hoping to kind of double dip, you know, get their ranked games in, and also, you know, work on getting the necessary experience for the Minotaur. Now, Odin is running north slightly. It's possible that that Cap could have thrown torps out on him, but Cap instead opted to throw torps into the smoke on the Fletcher. Probably a good call. If Fletcher sits there, and Fletcher very well might. A lot of players who play the U.S. destroyer line will smoke up and sit there and just daka, because the smoke lasts for about 2 minutes, and that's exactly what happened there. Now, unfortunately, though Cap did take out the Fletcher, the enemy Mogami finished off the turrets. That leaves the friendly Fletcher at the north end of the Charlie Cap, and well within blap range, I guess. But the Fletcher torpedoes do take out the Riga. That's huge. That evens the things up in terms of ship count, and really does help the good guys have a much better chance of success here. Now Fletcher is just pushing right at Cap. It looked like the friendly Fletcher took out his engines. As long as the friendly Fletcher can keep him spotted, Cap is going to be able to just punish him. You can see the reload on these guns is fast. It's just short of 4 seconds. You don't have a whole lot of guns. They are Russian railguns, and they hit fairly hard. The issue here is this Fletcher going to be able to get torps off into this smoke? Cap does finish him off, and is turning to angle against a potential torpedo strike. And North Carolina's pushing up. Fletcher's now got a chance to smoke up against the Lenin. And Cap has a chance to... well, he might catch the Lenin coming through this gap. And the closer he gets to this island on his port side, the less likely it'll be the North Carolina could get guns on him. He's got support from Bismarck now. Key is probably focused on the Odin and the Mogami. Same with Bayard. So essentially we got a Bismarck, Fletcher, Neustrashimy facing off with a Lenin and a North Carolina. There's the Lenin. Cap is detected. Not really any way to avoid it. Now remember, he does have a heel, and if Lenin's got AP loaded, he'll be able to do some damage, but not going to be able to sink him. And Cap is just going to push right in. North Carolina can't get a shot. Lenin is all alone here. His secondaries are doing some work, but Cap hits the heel. He's not repairing, because if he does and he gets a fire or loses other systems, they'll be gone for quite a while. And Cap knows that secondaries aren't going to be able to do much work as long as he's directly behind the Lenin. You can see Lenin did get his main guns off. And now Cap has healed. And this is probably going to be it for the Lenin. I don't see any way he survives this. Cap can run right up alongside him here and put every torpedo on target. Smoke's going to be back up here in just a second if he needed it, but he won't. Really nicely done. Okay, so that's 3 kills for Cap. See the Fletcher torps were coming as well. Fletcher, to his credit, he did say, hey, watch my torps, essentially. And now North Carolina's... well, North Carolina's going to be busy with the Bismarck. Good guys are going to secure the Charlie Cap. And this game has a whole different tone right now. Good guys now 4 ships, bad guys only 3. Good guys have 2 caps, bad guys only 1. And Bismarck will be able to take care of North Carolina. If nothing else, Bismarck can just ram the North Carolina. Cap opts to head for the south side of this island out of Charlie Cap. good guys are now up 4 ships to 2. Now, to anyone thinking that Cap was being rude, please note that the Neptune and Bayard are both out of the game, and that's in large part because anybody who's really familiar with the game and these ships on the bad guys team knows that both of those ships are pretty easy to finish with big guns. This range, Cap can just sit in Daka Daka, try to get some fire started. Fires are going to create damage over time. Smoke's going to be up in 2 seconds if he needs it, but he probably won't. I can't imagine that North Carolina is going to turn his guns this way. Bismarck finishes off North Carolina, and now the only enemy ship left is the Mogami, and this game is all over but the shouting. It's going to be over probably in a spectacular Citadel fashion. So I will say right now, Cap, thanks very much for sending this replay. Really fun to watch. Great job. What a fantastic example of what the Neustrashimy can do. Absolutely great play. Congratulations on the win. To those of you watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.